Hello students, welcome to video lesson 4.1. We are starting chapter 4 today and we're going to talk just real briefly about polygons. Chapter 4 is all about polygons and different types of polygons, what we can do with polygons. And polygons really, you guys, just means shapes, okay? Two-dimensional closed shapes made up of line segments that we call sides, okay? So just as a couple examples, like this, that's a perfectly good polygon, okay? A four-sided shape, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You can have, obviously, more than four sides. You can have, there, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a seven-sided polygon, all right? So as long as we're making it with straight lines and they don't crisscross each other, okay, like this is not a polygon, okay? It's technically two triangles next to each other, but together this is not a polygon. Also, one that trips a lot of people up, a circle, you guys, is not actually a polygon either. Okay, a circle's not a polygon because it's not made up of straight line sides. Okay, it's a curve, right? So this is not a polygon either. So a circle does not count, but anything that's two-dimensional and is a bunch of sides that come back and close up where it started, okay, those are what we consider polygons. Now, each polygon has, of course, a number of sides, right? A number of straight line segments. And it is important to note that sides of a polygon are named like line segments, okay? They're named like line segments. And what we mean by that is if we have a shape and we can see the sides, we name the sides with the two end points of that side. So for example, we might have side AB in a certain shape. Okay, in fact, why don't I give us a little shape up here? I'll give us a five-sided shape. I'll put it down here. Okay, here's our five-sided shape, and I'll put some labels on the corners. We'll go A, B, C, D, E. Okay, there's my five-sided shape, my five corners. So the sides of the shape are named like line segments, like this, okay? The vertices are also known as the corners, okay? Vertices means corners. They're just named like points. So just with capital letters. Okay, so for example, we might say vertice B, vertice D, vertice C, okay? Or I shouldn't say that. I should say vertex. Okay, singular form of vertice, by the way, is vertex, right? So when you have a vertex and you're talking about just one, like vertex A or vertex B or whatever, you're going to say vertex. A number of them together, you're going to say vertices. I have 5 vertices, or I have 3 vertices, or whatever. Okay, and then diagonals. Diagonals are line segments that connect corners that are not next to each other. Okay? So diagonals are line segments that connect corners that are not right next to each other. So what we mean by that is, like here, A and B, they're corners that are next to each other. They're connected by a side. Side AB connects those 2 points. But a diagonal would be a line segment that goes, let's say, from A to D. Okay, that would be a diagonal. They are also named like line segments. Okay, so we name them the same way we name the sides. For example, diagonal could be AD would be a diagonal. Okay, we could also have one that was, let's say, BD. Okay, BD could also be a diagonal. Or we could maybe have BE could be a diagonal, right? So any line that goes sort of across the middle of the shape connects 2 corners that are not next to each other. Those are called diagonals. So that's the main thing that you're asked to do in your practice today, is just understand, okay, when we talk about the sides of a polygon, what are we talking about? how do we identify them? When we're talking about the vertices or corners of a polygon, what are we talking about? How do we identify them? When we're talking about the diagonals, same idea, okay? We also sort of need to understand the different names or classifications for polygons, all right? And so at the bottom of page 90 in your book, you're gonna see a table that looks like this, okay? And this tells you the names of different types of polygons based on their number of sides, how many sides they have. The only one that does not include the little G-O-N, gon, is a four-sided shape, which is called a quadrilateral. Lateral is another word for side. Quad, four, lateral, side, four-sided shape, okay? The rest of them, I suppose triangle doesn't either. That's based on its angles, 3 angles. By the way, however many corners a shape has, that's also how many angles it has in there. So a 3-sided shape has 3 angles. We've been talking about those for quite a long time now. And then beyond that, they all have gon in them, okay? Pentagon. Penta means 5. Gon also means sided. So pentagon, 5 sides. Hexagon, 6 sides. Heptagon, 7 sides. Octagon, 8 sides. Nonagon is 9 sides. Decagon, like decade, is 10 years. Decagon is 10 sides. And then anything beyond 10, you guys, we're just going to use the number of sides dash gon. So for example, if I gave you a 15-sided shape, you would just call that thing a 15 gon. Okay, 15 gon. So we can name shapes by their classifications. In your practice problems, you have somewhere that actually wants you to try to draw as nicely as you can different ones of these shapes. Okay, so just to help you out, octagon, you know, you'd start at the top and then go over and then go straight down and then come back over and then go across the bottom and then go over and straight up and then back over. That'd be 8 sides. Okay, hexagon, you go over, down, down, across the bottom, over and up. That'd be 6 sides. Pentagon's like a house, right? 5 sides. So you can figure out drawing these different shapes based on how many sides they have, based on the names that you're given, all right? If you have any questions about polygons, what they are not, how we classify them by their sides, or how we identify sides, vertices, or diagonals, please reach out to me at some point, either by email, phone, or Zoom office hours. Otherwise, that's all I have for you in this video, and we'll talk to you soon.